As most of you know, on August 1st, 2021, it was announced that Digimon Adventure is getting another story continuation in form of a movie. I know that not all Digimon fans celebrate additional adventure continuations, but Last Evolution Kizuna was well received by most fans. Anyway, the creators don't seem to be done telling the story. Many will be happy to hear that the crew involved in the making of Last Evolution Kizuna are returning for this project. When it comes to design, style and animation, Kizuna managed to do something the Digimon franchise can be proud of. Some of these names include Akatsuki Yamatoya, who is in charge of the screenplay, and Tomohisa Taguchi, who is returning as the director. As for the title of the movie, it has recently been revealed as Digimon Adventure 02 – The Beginning. In 3 and Kizuna, we met people who had their stories to tell that were up to that point happening off the screen. It seems like this movie will take the same approach. After the ending of Adventure 02, 3 was the first big sequel that brought many fans back to Digimon, some of which didn't even know that seasons after Adventure existed. There were some who disliked how 3 lacked characters introduced in 02 like it never happened, even though 02 was considered canon. In Kizuna, they did squeeze these characters in the story, showing them in multiple scenes, while the original 8 were still the main protagonists. Since we all know what happened with them and their Digimon, this time it's up to the second anime generation to carry the torch. The plot is set in February 2012, after the events of Kizuna, where the second generation, including Takeru and Hikari, are 20 years old. Now, Takeru, Hikari, Daisuke, Yori, Ken and Miyoko will be joined by another mysterious figure named Rui Owada, who is introduced with the quote, "I was the first in the world to become a Digidestined." A new Digimon called Ukomon is also introduced. The first poster shows a younger Rui and Ukomon, who is said to be the key to the story. This movie will serve more like a direct continuation for the 02 team, even though it is set after all the events in 3 and Kizuna. One of the producers who worked on the 5th movie in the 3 story and Last Adventure Kizuna stated that they wanted to tell a story which involved the main group from 02 because there is a different appeal about them compared to the original 8. It will be interesting to see Takeru and Hikari, who played a big role in both groups, interact with the 02 team once again, considering the mentioned sequels featured them more with the first group, while the second was featured very little or not at all. With little to go on, we obviously have many questions. What got my interest the most is the quote from Rui, self-proclaiming himself as the first chosen kid. The summary that has been released says, on February 2012, when Daisuke and Veemon were making ramen, a giant Digi-Egg appeared in the sky. They then met someone who claimed to be the first ever person partnered with a Digimon. However, despite having a Digivice, the kid was not accompanied by a Digimon partner. We have a similar situation here like in the previous sequels, where the main protagonists meet a character who is familiar with the Digimon world and, according to the synopsis, is searching or helping his Digimon partner, who is, judging by the released info, going to be Ukomon. I'm sure it will be explained in the story, but looking at the appearance of this new character, he seems to be around the same age as the 02 generation, so how can he claim to be the first person to be a chosen partner to a Digimon? Not to mention a generation of chosen kids who traveled to the Digimon world long before the 01 gang did. Their story was touched upon in 3, but in a way that gave us more questions than answers. The movie with the title The Beginning sounds more like it would be about the original group of 5 chosen kids, right? What are your opinions so far about the short synopsis and the character designs for now? Share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Stay tuned for more Digimon videos. P.S. Make sure to follow my community page on YouTube, as I also post updates about upcoming videos there.